Hi, welcome to Cam Look, a program from the Cincinnati Art Museum each weekday at 10, where we invite you to look at and think about a work from our permanent collection. My name is Kit, I'm a docent, and today we're going to look at a quietly haunting painting by Henry Farny, popular Cincinnati artist. Like many boomers, I grew up watching westerns on black and white TV, nightly lessons about manifest destiny. The idea that the white man was destined to tame and subdue the western wilderness for his own purposes, and the original inhabitants were to be controlled or killed. Henry Farny came of age during the twilight of this mythic time, as the frontier was closing, the wars were ending, and the railroad was thundering across the Great Plains, bringing the white man's civilization. His work captured the look and feel of that time, even as it was disappearing before his eyes. This painting, Renegade Apaches, was completed in 1892 and may have been inspired by Farny's trip to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where legendary Apache chief Geronimo was being held as a prisoner of war. Here we see a small group of Apache men hiding among craggy rocks, huddled around a fire. Why do you think Farny paints them in deep shadow? What feeling is created by the light, which is very dramatic, and the rugged landscape? And given the title here, can you imagine the conversation among these men? This moody work might reflect the last days of Apache resistance. While the so-called Apache Wars ended in 1886, skirmishes continued until 1924, when a small group raided a settlement in Arizona and stole a handful of horses in a last attempt at rebellion before being caught and sent to a reservation. Born in France in 1847, Farny was the son of political refugees who emigrated to rural Pennsylvania when he was a boy. His lifelong fascination with Native Americans began with a friendly relationship with nearby members of the Seneca Nation. In 1859, his family moved to Cincinnati, where he began his career as an illustrator for popular magazines, and later studied in Germany with Frank Duveneck and others. Shortly after his return to the States, he learned that Lakota chief Sitting Bull had recently surrendered and was being held in North Dakota. Farny quickly traveled west in what would be the first of 3 extensive trips during the 1880s. While commercial work funded these trips, Farny spent most of his time studying Native American culture and life, making hundreds of sketches and notes for later work. When Farny returned to his studio in 1890, he said, "The plains, the buttes, the whole country and the people are fuller of material for the artist than any country in Europe." And that's what he painted for the rest of his life, using the sketches he had made, the artifacts he had collected, and the memories he had formed. Many of his paintings capture the lives and culture of those robbed of their way of life and land. And although his work was a romantic brand of realism, it was seldom idealized nor sentimental, and has long been considered a rich and valuable resource about our history. And today, more than 100 years later, Farny's work still offers us a compelling and often emotional depiction of what was so tragically lost.